the more you have, the less risk you incur, in my opinion.
I remember your story about COVID and going through that. At that point, you were closer to 90, I think, right? Doors at that time, and um, COVID hit your portfolio pretty hard, if I recall correctly. But you still were able to pivot and solve this problem, and stay afloat ultimately, right? Walk us through like the power of going for that big audacious goal and having so many doors that it didn't really affect you, even though it might have devastated that one or two property investor.
It's just as simple. The more you have, the less risk you incur, in my opinion. Or you put yourself at less vulnerability because you have the volume to cover the few one-offs that may not perform. And COVID made a huge opportunity for us to test this theory because renters didn't have to pay rent. It was just the rule at the time. And we couldn't enforce as landlords. However, we still had fixed expenses. But not everybody that rented from us enforced that type of rule because they realized, well, I can pay rent, I'll pay rent. They're good and bad tenants. And a majority of our portfolio were good tenants. And we had a good chunk that weren't. And were willing to manipulate the system and process because they were in financial hardship, and totally get it. But we never had to be in a position of, oh my goodness, we're not able to hold this because we had so much numbers of doors. We were able to hedge the risk by having the volume. One property, one vacancy, 100% vacant. Two properties, one vacancy, 50% vacancy. Every door you add lowers that percentage. So when you amass a large enough portfolio, go with 100 doors, one goes vacant, you're 1% vacant on your portfolio. Do you want the 1 or the 50?